Hello and welcome to our Latin American history lesson on Hispanic Latinos who have made significant contributions to the United States. The materials you will need for today will be a piece of notebook paper, your journal, a pen, or a pencil. In our previous lesson, we had two elementary school-age students share their responses to our essential question, which was to think about a circumstance in your school, community, or even nationally that you may want to help change or improve, and what steps you would take to accomplish that. I am delighted to share that this time we have middle school students that have responded to our essential question. They are in Mr. Dominguez's class at Emerald Cove Middle School. We have some students with us today. They're going to help read their responses. So let's go ahead and listen to what they had to say.
A circumstance in my school would be all the trash that is outside and inside the school. I would like to change this problem because seeing all that trash in my school is sad, and it's not pretty to look at trash when you are trying to walk to class. Ways that we can make a difference in this is if everyone throws away their trash, and if they see trash on the floor, throw it away. I know teachers are already saying this to students, but not many people care about this. We can only make a difference by having more trash cans and more janitors. I know it's not the custodian's job to clean our trash we throw on the floor, but it would really help. These are just some ways I believe our school can change the trash problem.
A circumstance in my community that I would take a stand for is for everyone to stay home during this difficult time. On TV, I see people protesting when healthcare workers are working day and night 24/7 to stop this virus, while we have moms taking their children to the park and getting mad if they get in trouble with the federal law. I would send out videos telling people to stop protesting from my home because there is no reason to have to be a part of a park so badly that you could get a fatal disease.
I want to improve public school materials such as books. I also want to improve teachers' wages because they are the ones who work hard to shape the new generations into the people they are meant to be. To do this, I would first form a group of people who agree with my views and would go to the same length to make things right. We would get petitions and start rallies. We would also talk to the school board about the teachers' wages and school equipment. We would make ideas to raise money for better school materials, such as carnivals or concerts. Teacher wages would be our main priority. To raise them, we should show the board how much they should be making and why.
If I wanted to make a difference in my county, first I would have to share my idea with people to improve of it first. Next, I would mail it to the magistrate, and then I would have to wait. I can also share it with my school principal if I wanted to make a difference in my school.
Very impressive. Thank you so much to all the students that responded from Emerald Cove Middle School, and of course, a special thank you to Mr. Dominguez. Today, we are going to learn about Hispanic Latinos that have made significant contributions to the United States. So your learning goal will be able to identify those Hispanic Latinos that have made significant contributions. And to help you do that, we are going to play a little game called Which Hispanic Latino Did It? We're going to begin with Mel Martinez and Julian Castro. Notice that they each have a number under their photographs. As I read their profile and accomplishments, you will indicate in your journal whether it is 1, for Mel Martinez, or 2 for Julian Castro? Okay, so let's begin. Is it Mel Martinez or Julian Castro, who was born in Cuba, spoke Spanish instead of English when he moved to America, went to Florida State University, was an attorney, was the first Cuban American to work in the president's cabinet, and was the first Cuban American to be elected to the United States Senate? So which one was it? It was Mel Martinez. Next one. But before we go on to the next one, let's learn a little bit more about Julian Castro as well. He was born in San Antonio, Texas, 1 minute before his twin brother Joaquin. Julian was once an attorney and was the former mayor of San Antonio, Texas, and was the Housing and Urban Development Secretary under the Obama administration. He was among the candidates for the Democratic nomination in the 2020 presidential race. He comes from a politically active Mexican family who serves in the United States House of Representatives for the state of Texas. Now to the next one. Here's Ellen Ochoa, number 1, and Antonia Novello, number 2. Which one was born in Fajardo, Puerto Rico, was the first woman and first Hispanic to serve as Surgeon General, was a physician and public health administrator, was Vice Admiral in the Public Health Service Commission Corps, and served as the 14th Surgeon General of the United States from 1990 to 1993. Who do you think that was? It was Antonia Novello. And Ellen Ochoa is a famous NASA researcher, inventor, and astronaut. She was born in Los Angeles, California, and is Mexican. She was the valedictorian of her high school class. She was an inventor and co-inventor of devices that work with light and optics. Ellen applied 3 times to be an astronaut. She never gave up, and in 1990, she was accepted to the astronaut program. Ellen was the first Spanish-speaking woman to go into space. She went on 4 space missions. Ellen Ochoa served as the first Hispanic director of NASA's Johnson Space Center, and she has been recognized with the NASA's highest award, the Distinguished Service Medal, and the Presidential Distinguished Rank Award for senior executives in the federal government. She has received many other awards and has 6 schools named after her. Wow. All right, next we have Mario Molina, number 1, and Severo Ochoa, number 2. Which one was the one that was born in Spain, was a physician, a biochemist, in 1959 was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physiology for his discovery of an enzyme that can synthesize RNA, an essential component for protein production in cells, and in 1961 through 1967 served as president of the International Union of Biochemistry, and in June 2011, the United States Postal Service issued a first-class forever stamp in his honor. Who do you think it was? It was Severo Ochoa. And Mario Molina, who actually goes by Mario Jose Molina Pascual Enriquez, was born in Mexico City. He is a chemist who won a Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1995. His work led to an international ban on chemicals depleting the ozone layer. In 2013, Molina was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom by Barack Obama for his contributions as a visionary chemist and environmental scientist. Next one, we have Jaime Escalante, number 1, and we have Arnulfo Trejo, number 2, who was born in Bolivia, was famous for teaching troubled high school students calculus from 1974 to 1991 at Garfield High School in East Los Angeles, had many students pass the advanced placement calculus test. Students' test scores were invalidated because it was believed that the students cheated. Teachers protested, saying students had been disqualified because they were Hispanic and from a poor school. Students then had to retake the test, and they actually passed. He was awarded the Presidential Medal for Excellence and was inducted into the National Teachers Hall of Fame in 1999. He was also the subject of the 1988 film Stand and Deliver. It was Jaime Escalante. And Arnulfo Trejo was born in Durango, Mexico. He served in the U.S. Army Infantry in the South Pacific during World War II. He received a Purple Heart, the Bronze Star Medal, and a Philippine Liberation Ribbon. He is an internationally known librarian, educator, and author who helped lead the movement to increase collection of Hispanic literature in American libraries. He is the founder of La Reforma, which is an affiliate of the American Library Association that actively seeks to promote the development of library collections to include Spanish language and Latino-oriented materials. There is an award named after him called the Arnulfo D. Trejo Librarian of the Year Award. It is presented annually to acknowledge a librarian who is notable in the field of librarianship and has promoted and advocated for services to the Spanish-speaking and Latino communities. And lastly, I just want to introduce you to Gloria Anzaldúa. She is born in Texas from a family of migrant farm workers. She's a Chicana poet, writer, and feminist theorist. Her teachings included Chicano studies and discrimination, and she was the author of Borderlands, La Frontera, examines the borders for women in Chicano Latino culture, lesbians in the straight world, and Chicanos in white American society. She was awarded the Lesbian Rights Award in 1991 and awarded the LGBT 31 History Icons Award in 2012. In your journals, I want you to jot down what was the first thing that came to your mind regarding these specific questions. What's one thing that you learned? And what's one thing that you're going to share? Take a moment and make a note of those answers. And as we come to a close, I am confident that you can now identify some of our Hispanic Latinos that have made significant contributions to the United States. Thank you again for participating today. Until next time, adios.